Hello to all the Jewish all over the world. I'm Doreen Khativi, and today I'm sitting with Revital Levy. Her special story is already on YouTube in Hebrew, but today she wants to share her story with us in English, out of caring for all the Jewish diaspora that want to get closer to Judaism. When Revital was only 16, she had an out-of-body experience. But during the experience, she had been told that her time is not come yet, and she must return to her body. Revital didn't pay too much attention to the unregular incident and continued her regular life. When Revital was 27, she had a second clinical death experience, but this time it totally changed her life, and she will never forget it for the rest of her life. Dear Revital, could you tell us about your life and what happened that night?
Yes, hello Doreen. Hello to all the listeners. I'm Revital Levy. I was born in a traditional house in little town, Kfar Saba, Israel. What happened when I was 16 happened, and I didn't want to think about it anymore. Then I got 18 and joined the army. And after the army, when I was 25, I got married to a non-observant person. No. And we lived our life and everything was okay till I got 27. No. Then I had 2 baby boys. And one night, when we all went to sleep, the whole family in the same bed, because the children joined us, and we all fell to sleep. Suddenly I felt myself very strange. Then I see a light, a huge light. I'm in a tunnel. I never see a thing like this in my life. A huge tunnel, very lightly. This light is beautiful, very calming. This light have so much mercy on me. And it's coming closer and closer to me. And the whole world is 1,000,000 times than the sun. In this tunnel, I'm lying on my back. And this light is coming to me. Everything is quiet. I feel good. I'm okay. Suddenly this light is getting so close, and I feel it. I feel him. It's somebody. This light loving me. I don't know who it is, but I feel like he knows me so good. Like he waited for me. He loving me so much, and I don't know who it is. This light start to talk to me. He's on the left side of me, and he's asking me, "What's your name?" The truth is that I forgot my name. Like I never had a name in my life. I remembered everything. The name of my husband, the name of my children, my parents, the addresses, the whole family, everything except my name. I got a little confused, and he asked me again, "What's your name?" Then I answered, "Revital," because suddenly I remembered my name. There is no chance in the world that I could remember my name until they did it for me. Because I was so confused, afraid, what's going on, who it is, where am I? Very strange. When I said in the second time, "Revital," suddenly I found myself in a big place. It was upper than the place I've been before, than the tunnel. Somewhere upper than this. This place is very big. It's a hall. Very dark. Almost no light there. But in the right side of me, I see a wall, about 20-25 meters than me. And at the end of this wall, about 30 meters, there's a light, a little light of, looks like a candle. And behind this wall, coming to me, to accept me, the parents of my grandfather. They died 2 years before that. And they come to me, and they want to hug me. And it looks like they sing to me with their hands up. Very, very happy to see me. Grandmother and grandfather. But it looks like they have no permission to get closer to me, because they left me, turned their back to me, and went back to this light behind the wall, and I don't see them anymore. This time, I look straight, and suddenly I see 3 rabbis sitting on 3 chairs, in front of them big table. They are looking at me. They are dressed black and white with hats, black hats, and they are all there for me. They are looking at me very severe. They are very angry at me. There was the advocate, the prosecutor, and one in the middle. And then they start to speak. First, the prosecutor, he's asking me, why weren't you modest? Why did you have to walk with those clothes on you? You weren't modest. You are a Jewish woman. You are married. How can you walk in the street like that? We are very angry on you. It's a very big sin. You had to cover yourself. This is the Torah. What have you done with yourself? You weren't modest. And he continue, and I'm crying, and I'm thinking to myself, why wasn't I modest? Why couldn't I cover myself? What was so hard in this? It is true what he said. I regretted so much, but nothing could help me then. I know that I'm already dead because I saw my grandfather's parents. I know exactly what's going on. This is a trial. I'm in a court. There is nowhere to run to. I want that the ground will open itself and I'll get down under the ground. I cannot do a thing. They are controlling me. Then the prosecutor stopped, and I'm crying, and I'm ashamed, very, very ashamed. Then the one that sat in the middle started to talk to me, and he was talking about Shabbat. He yelled at me, Shabbos, Shabbos. Why didn't you respect the holy Shabbos? You're Jewish. Don't you know the Shabbos is holy? What did you do? What is this? Don't you know what is Shabbos? And I cried, and I cried, and I shaked. I was shaking. Didn't know what to do. They know everything about me. What can I do? And suddenly, out of nowhere, came a movie. From the right side of me came a movie. It came closer and closer, and this movie is starting, and everybody see all the sins that I did my whole life. What a shame. Think to yourself, what a shame if everybody will see all our sins. Things that I regretted on, they were erased and never shown. It's a good thing, isn't it? This is tshuva, when we regret. But there was a very little things that I was regretted on, because I didn't think that somebody see me all day, every minute in my life. So why should I regret? And then the movie stopped. And in my left side, they showed me pictures backwards until I'm a baby. And this movie also stopped. It was on a screen, like a movie with pictures that running. When it stopped, there was quiet, and I was crying. Very, very sorry, shaking, don't know what to do. And they are looking at me. Then, all of a sudden, in my right side, where the wall is, I see a lot of people wearing black. I thought it's a people. They weren't people. They were angels, evil angels, dressed with black, very tall, thousands of thousands. And they're all calling me, "You created me, you evil, you created me." I was shocked. I cried. Didn't know what to do. And they're yelling and a lot of noises there. And then I saw closer to me white angels, short, beautiful, with white wings and white dresses. And they are looking at me and they cry. Why didn't you respect the Shabbat? Shabbos, Shabbos, they are calling me Shabbos, Shabbos, all of them, Shabbos, Shabbos. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I understood then that it all happened because of my sins. If I was regretting, maybe they weren't there. Then they all stopped, and I stood in front of the rabbis and waited to see what they say, what they decide. Suddenly, the advocate started to talk to me, and he's asking me, why? Why do you want to return to the world that you know? For what? And I said, immediately, I said, who will take care of my children if I die? My children. My oldest son has an autism. How can I leave them? Who will take care of him? Only I know how to treat him. That moment, I had a permission to see my children. And I looked down and saw them in bed. And my heart, it was broken. Totally. Didn't know what to do, what to think. I was so confused, so ashamed. I'm never going to see my children again, never going to see my husband, never return to the life that I know. That's it. It's over like this, 27? I was so bad, that bad? Yes. Yes. We think that we are okay, that we live our life fine, that we are good people. But we are evil when it's written in the Torah that we have to observe the Shabbos. We have to do it. Shabbos is Shabbos, it's holy. A woman to be modest, that's it. Nowhere to run. Also our mind, our heads have to tell us, be modest. Especially if you're married. When I saw my children, I cried more and more because I knew that I'm never going to see them again. And then he talked with the other people that sit beside him. Looks like he's taking advice from them. And then he turned to me and asked me,
Do you change yourself?
will you change yourself? Will you go by the Torah's rules? Observe Shabbat? Be modest? Do everything that's written in the Torah? And I said, yes. And again, he's asking me again, will you change? And I said, yes. 2 times. And he asked me again, will you change? And I said, yes. 3 times. When it's over, after 3 times, I had a permission to get back to my body. And from up, I turned my face down and started to fly into my body. It was seconds, like 2-3 seconds, that's it. And I got into my body through my nose. Through my nose. All of me, all of Revital, getting into her body through her nose. It's amazing. But that's exactly how it happens. And then I got my body full with my soul. I'm filling my body with me. And then I opened my eyes. Time was 3:10. And I was so happy. I'm alive. Nobody will ever understand that. What is I'm alive? I knew that I died. I remembered everything until today. I was 27 then. And today I'm 47. And remember every detail. Of course, there is more. But I'm not telling everything because it's very hard for me. Things that very hard to say and very hard to hear. But what I'm telling is enough for us to understand. After that, immediately, I covered myself, covered my head, did whatever I had to do, and me and my husband went to a new direction, but it didn't hold for a long time, only 4 months. After that, I'm again deep, down deep, the evil again. I had no strength to do it again. I remembered everything, but it was very hard, very hard. I started to see things that are going to happen to my family and people I know in the future. Everything happened. I told my husband, this is going to happen to this, and this is going to happen, and accidents, and death, and everything happened. And he was afraid. I was afraid too. 10 years, I saw all those things. Then I stood in the middle of my house and said, please, God, take it from me. I cannot take it anymore. I don't want to see a thing. I don't want to know. My grandfather had an accident, and I saw it 3 months before it happened. I knew it's going to happen. They showed me, not in a dream, when I'm awake. Well, they took it from me immediately, because God hears everything we ask. It's not a problem for Him. He loves us. He knows that I've been there. God knows that I was there in a trial, and He's expecting me to stand again on my feet and do what I have to do. And He's got so many mercies that He's not taking me. I'm still alive, even though I'm not doing what the Torah asked from me. And I couldn't help it anymore, and didn't want to live this life day after day the same. I promised the advocate that I make tshuva, promised that I will change. 11 years after this heavenly court, I get divorced. Not only because I have to change myself, also because it wasn't good together then. It didn't manage between us anymore. That's the truth. I cannot continue anymore with my life. I want to be good. I want to make God happy. I want to make the people that I promised them that I will be okay, and I change myself. I want to make them happy too. I know they see me all the time. There is a personal providence every minute on me, like on everybody, all of us. And God helped me. And I bought an apartment 1 year and 2 months after I got divorced. I had already 3 boys. And I bought an apartment. And me and my children, we lived in this apartment. And one day, it was in the summer, someone knocked on my door. And I said, come in. I was washing dishes. He was a religious guy, dressed black and white. He said that he came from the yeshiva in Jerusalem, asking for a little money, helping to the yeshiva. And I asked him, what yeshiva, what rabbi, where did you come from? And he said the name of the yeshiva, but he didn't tell me anything. And then he held it in his hand, a bag. And he said, oh, I have a picture of our rabbi. He's a holy man. I said, okay, show me the picture. And he opened the bag and took the picture in his hand and showed me. I was shocked. I almost fell on the floor. This man was the one that I promised him 3 times that I will change. The advocate from the trial, heavenly court. and I see his face. But I'm also happy because now I know his name and I know who to be grateful to. After this incident, I decided to change my life totally. That means do everything that's written in the Torah, our holy Torah, cover myself again, observe Shabbos, and do whatever I can so God never be disappointed again from me to the rest of my life.
Wow, Revital, it's amazing. It's exciting to think that a human being can experience such a thing. Who was that rabbi, this advocate that saved you?
The name of this rabbi is Eliezer Berland. He's a holy man. I wish him only the best. He fought for me and he succeeded. I'm alive. Okay, I want to tell you how the story continued. I asked God to help me to get closer to Him. I cried. Many tears. Many tears. Please forgive me, God. You waited for me so long. And I didn't pay attention. I wasn't good enough like I should be. And now I want to be closer to you. I want to feel your daughter. You are my father. You created me. Please help me get closer to you. I want to get married. I want to open new life. That's how I prayed to God and prayed at night, in the morning, all the time. And God hear everything and see everything, and He love everybody. We are His children. About half a year after the incident with the guy and the picture, things started to happen. I went at night to the Holy Wall in Jerusalem and prayed and cried 3 at night. It was a week before Passover. And I said, God, please, I want a husband to Passover. Well, it didn't happen. But in the week of Passover, I got a phone number. We have no time to say how and who, but I got a phone number. I called this number, and 3 weeks later, I'm married. I got married to a very good man, a religious man who goes after the Torah like me. Both of us make a kosher house, everything like God wants. We have a daughter today. We are very happy that we found each other. It's only to believe, only to talk to God, to pray, to ask, but to do something. We cannot ask and do nothing. We have to do something. Start. Shabbos. Modesty. Good deeds. To read what is written in the Torah, what He asked from us. How to do things. To learn the Torah. It's going to save us. I saw it all. It is all true. Every word in the Torah is true. And I'm not the only one who got through that. You can see on YouTube, you can hear people, not only Jewish people, a lot of people who also experience clinical death, that telling us what they have been through, and I'm the little among them. Today I have a beautiful life, exciting life. Today the prayers are not the same. It is a happy prayers, thankful prayers. I wanted a religious man who will be in the Torah world, that the Torah will be all his world. That's what I got, exactly what I asked from God. My husband is working in a yeshiva. He is helping people that learn in the yeshiva. This is very holy yeshiva called Dvar Shmuel. The rabbi there is the very holy man, the great man, Rabbi Yeshayahu Greinman, whom I appreciate very much.
Revital, why do you think it happened to you? Why are you different from other Jewish people?
Well, I guess we'll never know. It's a choice of God. It's a kind of mission. Everyone has mission here. That's my mission. To tell what I saw, what I've been through, so people know.
Revital, what is the difference between our world and the upper world?
Well, after I've been there and saw the whole truth, I understand that here, this is a world of lies. Everything almost is a lie. And we have to choose between the bad and the good, the lie and the truth. We have to choose. For this, God is paying. What is the payment? For the choices that we choose. There must be a difference. If the world upper is a world of pure, of truth, then everybody can understand that this world is a world of lies. Another difference, here you can do good deeds, you can regret, you can erase bad things, you can get upper and upper and feel good until you can be whole. In the other world, you cannot do a thing. That's it. Time is over. And the counting is starting there. What you have achieved.
It's a little bit frightening, the fact that we are not really control our life. Only God and the heavenly court. Do you think it's a pressuring or calming?
Well, for people who observe the Torah, it's very calming. Someone see us, someone see what we do, the good deeds. But for the irreligious man, it can be very frightening.
Thank you, Revital, for being with us and sharing your life story with us. We all appreciate it.
Thank you too. And I want to say that the president of the Torah here in Israel, Rabbi Kanievsky, Chaim Kanievsky, the great man who guide all the religious people here in Israel. He is telling us, all of us, come to Israel. Come to Israel. This is the days of Mashiach. There is no time. That's the end. Come back and be with your brothers and sisters, the all Jewish people, together again. Aren't you dreaming of Mashiach?